Hello friends, I welcome all of you to joining me on my YouTube channel CF Sheikh Sharma. I am CF Sheikh Sharma and today we will discuss about a topic maintenance of books of account as per the Income Tax Act section 44AA. So the main reason to bring this video is that in many cases I have seen that so many of clients are coming to me for their income tax return. Basically they are doing their business but they do not maintain their data in a tally or any accounting software, which is a very biggest hurdle for the as a consultant as well as for the taxpayer to know what is the exact position of their financials, exact position of their debtors, their creditors, and how much the profit and loss they earn during the year. So it is simply, if I say, it is necessary to maintain the books of account, but what income tax says about to maintain the books of account we will discuss today. So without wasting any time, let's discuss this topic. So today we will cover four topics: to whom it is applicable section 44AA, what type of professions on which this section is applicable, what are the categories under which books of account to be maintained, what type of books they have to maintain. These things we will discuss in this video. Now the first question is this: what type of person cover under section 44AA? Means whether it is applicable for company, firms, individual persons. So we will discuss. So what is the answer for that? So as section 44AA basically cover under the business and income from business or professions. So all the person who is doing business, whether it is individual, company, cooperative society, firms, AOP, BOI, whatever, the person who is doing business, if this fall under any of the category A, B, D, then it would be applicable for them. Okay. Now the question number 2: what is the specified profession and non-specified professions? So rule 6F of income tax rule 1962 define the specified professions. So basically they have defined 8 professions: doctor, engineers, legal practitioners, chartered accountants, interior decorators, technical consultancy services, or any other notified profession, in which it includes the company secretary, film started, authorized representative, information technology related services. So this under the other notified professions. This is necessary because for the person who come under the specified profession, they have again categorized into different categories to maintain their books of accounts. So it is very important to know whether you are in a specified profession or not. The person who is not in this category, it is called non-specified professions. Okay. Now the question is, what is the threshold means to maintain the books of account? So it is very important to know, because after you are selecting whether you are a specified profession or a non-specified profession, you have to, second thing you have to do, you have to find out your category, in which category do you fall, then you will, this threshold limit would be applicable. Specified profession are divided into two categories: category A, category B. Suppose you have a gross receipt, means your total turnover or gross receipt from the profession out of 3 years, any 1 year out of 3 years, suppose in 1 year you have a less than 1 lakh rupees gross receipts, so you fall under category A. If out of 3 years preceding the previous year, suppose, what does this meaning here? If do you know the concept about previous year? In previous year, suppose today is current year is 2021-22, so this is the previous year. If I count whether I fall in this category, which category, so you have to count last 3 years: 2018, 19, 19, 20, 20, 21. So out of this 3 years, if do you have any gross receipt which is less than 1 lakh 50 rupees, so you fall under category A. If for 2018, 19, 19, 20 and 2020, 21 your gross receipts in from your specified profession is more than 1 lakh 50 rupees, then you come under category B. Okay. Now discuss about the categorization of non-specified professions. So non-specified profession cover under category C and category D. For category C, if suppose a person means a businessman whose gross receipts or a turnover is less than 10 lakh rupees and the income from his such business and profession is 1 lakh 20 rupees, less than 1 lakh 20 rupees in all three immediately preceding years, so it will cover under category 3. It means if a person whose gross receipts and a turnover for suppose 2018, 19, 19, 20, 20, 21, all these three period is less than 10 lakh and 1 lakh 20 rupees, so it will fall under category C. For category D person, if his gross receipts or turnover is more than 10 lakh and the income from his business and profession is more than 1 lakh 20 rupees in any of 3 years, means either in 2018 his income or a turnover is more than 10 lakh rupees and 1 lakh 20 rupees, or 2019-20 or 2021, any of this year. So if any limit is crossed, this limit is crossed related to gross turnover or income, and then it will fall under category D. So why this is important? Because this category decides whether the person is liable to maintain books of account. If yes, so what type of books account they have to maintain. So these things we have to see. Now the question arises that what type of books needs to be maintained by the each category. So answer is category A, there is no any specific books of account they have to maintain. Once there is any assessment is asked by the means if SSC officer is doing your assessment, so he will suggest you that what type of document he required, so you have to give them and you have to maintain that document accordingly for category A persons. So category A persons, let's remind you, category A persons are those persons whose gross receipts from the basically category A person and category B person related to specified profession, and category C and category D is in non-specified profession. For category A person, the threshold limit is 1 lakh 50 rupees gross turnover, gross receipt. For category C and category D, the 10 lakh gross turnover, 10 lakh less than 10 lakh, and 1 lakh 20 rupees income less than for category C. Category D, gross receipts, gross turnover more than 10 lakh rupees or income more than 1 lakh 20 rupees. So for these category persons, category A, SC officer would suggest. For category D, same, SC officer would suggest that what type of document he has to require and what are the, and he also instruct the SSC taxpayer that you have to maintain these documents. Okay. For category C, means a person whose gross turnover, non-specified person whose gross turnover is less than 10 lakh rupees and income is 1 lakh 20 rupees in all 3 years immediately preceding the previous year, they does not need to maintain any books of account. Okay, these are the categorization. But yes, for category B we will discuss in next lecture. Category B, especially for specified professions whose gross receipt is more than 1 lakh 50 rupees in all in 3 immediately preceding previous years. So what are those books account they have to maintain? So cash books, all type of cash book they have to maintain. General books means any cash receipts and payment you have to maintain cash book. All the other transaction which does not any relation with the cash, general books they have to maintain. Okay. Then bills, if you are issuing any bills, suppose you are selling any product, you are giving any services, if it is price is more than 25 rupees, so you have to maintain it with serially numbered. Expenses bill, you are incurring any expenditures whether from registered or unregistered GST concept, so you either you are receiving from the you are receive services or purchase the goods from unregistered person, he does not have a very good bill, so you have to prepare the payment voucher and sign it by your accountant or authorized person if the value is more than 50 rupees. Okay. For registered, definitely you will get the bill, or if you are purchasing something for the GST registered persons. Yes. For the doctors, register, daily case register, patient register they have to maintain, which is known as the form 3C, Along with, they have to maintain the inventory record, what is the opening balance of that inventory during the day and what is the closing balance during the day. So they have to maintain. So this is the specified book. This is specially mentioned by the Income Tax Board, CBDT. Okay. Now few other important facts we will discuss here. So this is the final slides. Here we will discuss some other facts. What are those facts? All such type of books of account, cash book, general book, expenses bills, purchase bills, sales bills, and payment voucher, receipt vouchers, and cases, they have to maintain that place where the business is carried on by the taxpayer. Okay, on that place. If you are maintaining, if the place is different, so you have also maintain these books of account that place also. Time period, at least for six maximum, the time limit is 6 years, means you have to maintain your books of account for a particular year. For next 6 years you have to maintain and keep at the registered place of business. But in case there is a scrutiny happen, your your case is opened by the SC officer or reassessed by the SC officer under section 147, 148. So in that case you have to maintain that books of account up to the instruction or a direction given by the SC officer. So this is very important. Okay guys, so this is all about the section 44AA. I try to cover all the important points which is related to section 4A, and this will make you a value addition in your knowledge as well as your profession if you are a professional. So for one more interesting video we will come again. Thank you so much to attending these sessions. Thank you so much.